Stories formed us, and they continue to do so. We are our stories. Do our elders still want to tell their stories? Do we still know how to listen? If they do we even want to listen? And if not, what are we hearing instead?
Welcome to the Share Project podcast. The Share Project is a Europe-wide initiative which aims to create positive interactions between generations. These recordings were made by volunteers Leona Burton and Rachel Yehuda at the Morningside Estate Community Centre in Hackney, London. Young and old came together to explore what, if anything, they share in common and how changes in society over the last 50 years have affected them both.
I was born, I told you before, in Brick Lane. And the Cabela Street, it's still there. It's still there. And that's where I was born and that's where I grew up until, well, I've never, this is the first, what do you call this? I don't know if they class it as the East End. I think the East End is more Brick Lane.
Well, it's become a lot more trendy now, isn't it?
Yes, that's the word. That is it.
Yeah,
it has.
Yuckified it a bit more.
But it's still, to me, it's still the East End. But it's not like it used to be the East End because there was a lot of poverty around as well.
Yeah, they keep it more sort of hidden away.
You're not so aware of it. You used to go in the shop and tick things up. Well, that means you go in there and you knew the shop and the shop owners knew you. So you say, Mummy said, can she have a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk and margarine, whatever you want. But those things don't exist anymore. People still say they've got no money. Maybe they haven't, because there's different ways of using money. You can spend it in a good way, you can waste it, or you don't know how to sort of manipulate what you've got, make the most of what you've got, because you can't. Those things were a thing of the past, and they got going in the shop and say, "Oh, can I have a loaf of bread, a bottle of milk, or butter or margarine, whatever you want?" You know, Mummy will pay you whenever, the end of the week, when they write it down. You go in and you pay them. It's all a thing of the past.
But we had to work hard to earn our money. Not that I'm complaining, but I think sometimes the youngsters of today, I'm not saying they should be like that, I don't mean it in that respect, but I think it's too easy for them sometimes. Yeah. So when they get older, they haven't got that initiative to sort of fight for something or other, because it's always been on paper.
Bit too easy.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not finding fault, I'm just explaining to you how the difference is today to how it was years ago. I mean, my mum, I was only 22 when my mum died. Yeah. She only had one eye, she had one of her eyes out, so she had a hard life. Yeah. And you know, when you think back, you think probably if she was alive today, she might have got more treatment.
Well, yeah.
It was one of those things, but as I say, now when I look back, and I think people know, and they shouldn't know. Yeah. Because it's so much easier. I mean, my wages was £1.26 when I started. Out of that, I had to pay 11p a day fare to go to work. So that was nearly 6 shillings out of that. Give me mum 10 and I had about 2 shillings.
And what would you buy with your 2 shillings?
I don't know. No, I'm not finding fault, I'm just explaining to you how different life is today. Yeah. Because, I suppose because we didn't have much. We didn't expect much. Yeah. Where youngsters today have everything. And I'm not saying it's wrong, good luck to them, I don't mean it in that respect. So sometimes, some of them, not all of them, they want more and more and more, don't they?
I've been coming here about, I don't know, long while, 12 years. Well, I must say, I mean, I do attend a lot of hospitals, I've got a lot of health problems, but I must say the Homerton and Bart's Hospital have been absolutely wonderful. I can't fault them in any way. I've been really looked after.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I know I hear bad reports, but I cannot fault them in any way. And also I have a care alarm around my neck, and that is wonderful.
Okay, that's good.
Because I do live on my own. I mean, my children think I should go, and my daughter, especially my daughter. My son says, Mum, we've got a shed, and come live in their shed. That's my
Surely
son.
they can do something better than
But my
the shed.
daughter says, Mum, come. I said, Karen, I'm perfect. I've always been independent. Yeah, things are not so easy, but I do my own housework except for curtains, because I've got high ceilings.
Okay.
But yes, I do.
So you value your independence?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
As I say to them, because they say, Mum, you've always looked after it, it's now our turn to look after you.
Exactly.
I said, but yes, my daughter phones me twice a day, and my son's always there if I want him. And that's it.
So you don't mind living on your own, or you actually prefer, you've sort of chosen to do that?
Well, I love my children, I love them dearly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But they've got their own lives to lead as well. I mean, if I wanted them, they'd be there like a flash.
Yeah.
I said to Karen the other week, I said, Karen, don't take my independence. She said, Mum, I'll never take your independence away from you. I said, but there might be a time, but at the moment, I'm staying where I am. But a lot of times, I must admit, when I've not been well, I've not told them.
Yeah, exactly the same as my dad.
Because
I'll find out later on.
Well, Karen says to me, Mum, you should have told us. I said, Karen, if it came to the worst, I would tell you. But I go away like with the children, go to this for a weekend. I love them dearly. But when I come home, I think to myself, I'm back home again.
No, do what you want.
If I want to walk around naked or whatever, sorry. Well, it's not there, is it?
Pretty sight. What a pretty sight.
Edit that out, don't
It's
put
all
that
right, no one can see it. They'll just
But I
hear
mean,
it.
what would you do if you won 80 million?
Well, first of all, look after the children, buy them a house each.
Yeah.
I don't know, then I'll have a nice holiday, and the time that I'll peg out by then, I reckon I'll be too old to have it. I'd probably collapse if I thought of winning it.
It's a different kind of... The poverty's there, but it's a different kind of poverty. It was poverty years ago with food and clothes, but today the poverty is if they can't have a new car or they can't have holiday abroad, that to them is their poverty.
Yeah, they can.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at
Whereas
it anyway.
before, people would be happy to get to Margate for the
That's
day.
right. That's it. Well, we used to go to, if you went to Sunday school, you went away for the day from Sunday school, or wherever you might belong to, the Girl Guides Club or whatever. I used to belong to every club to get what was going. No, I always wanted to be a member.
Just to get as many freebies.
Children always have been and always will be. They're very cute. That's right. It really, really, really is. But I still feel there is a lot of poverty around still. I don't think it's in the East End. It might be more up north. I don't know. I don't know anything about
Parts
up
of
north.
Tottenham I've seen
But
still
I don't
is.
think it's in London. No, you
more
don't
up.
know.
Yeah.
How do you know if you don't mix with? You only mix with who you mix with.
Yes.
You don't really know. But they were all poor together. So you used to borrow one another's shoes, or if you was invited anywhere, you going to a Sunday school outing, or can I borrow your coat? Because there's no closeness. If you lived in a house, no matter how old it was, you'd go out in the yard. You didn't have to have a garden, it'd just be a yard sort of thing, and the toilet was out there, and that was it. But now they've got flats, or they've got a flat with a garden at the back. Well, in my lifetime, in comparison, it's become a different world. It has become a different world. And I don't see, and I can only use the word see, I don't see the poverty that I used to see as a kid. Used to line up for school, used to line up for dinners when you'd finished school, not when you was at school, because what I can remember, never had free school dinners.
No?
I never remember, because I never had none. So when we came out of school, we used to go to a mission and have dinner there, a free dinner. Somewhere in Hoxton, that was.
Wow.
No, it has changed, and I honestly think, only what I see and what I know, it has changed for the better.
Definitely. So you don't say it's definitely changed for the better now.
Where do you see kids walking about with no shoes hardly on their feet? Do you?
how older people are treated, like, say, back when you was younger? Do you think they were treated with more respect and looked
They are
after
today.
better than they are today?
They was putting home, wasn't they, years ago? In the workhouse, they'd only be about, what, 40?
40? Oh, really?
Now you'd have to be about, now you've got to be about like me, 90.
I would have thought that more families would help out more than
Not everyone's
back
got
then.
families. I've only got one son, so what does he do? Give up a job to look after me? No way. No way. Look after yourself when you can, while you can. When you can't, there's plenty of help available. But some people want waiting on it, and some people don't ask.
Yeah.
You get all different types, as you know, of people. Well, my thing is, do what you can while you can, providing the one word is you've got the help. So important. Don't matter how much you may struggle, or it takes your time. Well, there's no rush. Your rushing days are over.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, do what you can. Everyone rushes when they're young. That's the thing of being young, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your legs are running, you're running to the bus, you're running to work, whatever. You're running to meet your boyfriend, whatever. No. People make a problem, some people anyway. Not everybody of anything, but some people make a problem of anything. But while you've got your health and strength, that's the most important thing.
You're listening to field recordings made by volunteers for the Share Project podcast number 1. Wise Age arranged for young and old to come together at the well-attended weekly Over 50s Club in the Social Housing Community Centre on the Morningside estate in Hackney, East London. Our interviewers were curious to hear what members of this lively, supportive and multi-ethnic group of seniors had to say on issues like the increasing segregation of young from old, the relevance of elders in today's society, and the changing of the experience of ageing in the past 50 years. The young people were encouraged to engage with the seniors and record conversations as they happened. You've heard from Kitty, Sylvia, and Elsie, and Agnes. Their points of view were recorded by Rachel Yehuda, Vinnie Dillon, and Leona Burton. The young people were surprised and impressed by the seniors' fierce independence, adaptability, optimism, and stoicism in the face of rapidly changing social conditions and uncertain expectations of the future. We'll leave the last word to the seniors.
But I managed to get back. I suppose I was born in the East End. I was born in Brick Lane, not Petticoat Lane. The original Brick Lane. Yeah. So I think all the upbringing. And when I went to school, I was the only black kid in the school.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? When you look at the world today, there was only me. That's why I was very well known. And when I went to work, and I went to work in a factory, I was working I worked at tailoring. And I was the only black girl in that factory. But I always had a big mouth. I could always speak up for myself without being rude.
That's important.
But, you know, because people are people all the world over. Sometimes I see someone come in, look a bit different, and they was always white, look a bit different. If you're allowed to call you dark, I said, no, I'm Kitty. End of.
I'm sure. So you did experience a lot of racism, would you say then?
Well, yeah, there was then, but I never came across it because I would always speak out. And I was an only child, and my mum was white, so I always had to speak up for myself. Always, and I still can, and I'm an old woman.
Thank you for listening to this podcast from the Share Project. Thanks to the Morningside Over 50s Club and their organiser Sissy for their kind cooperation. And we'll be bringing you more podcasts from the Share Project soon. Thank you again.